In the newest Overwatch patch, Reaper got changed. Now, I'm not sure how many people were looking for Reaper to get changed, but he did get changed. He got, actually, I think it's really a buff. Some people think it's a nerf, but it actually is, I think, in my opinion, a buff to his passive. His passive was completely stripped out of the game and reworked. So they removed the healing orbs in total. So when you kill something, so the way Reaper's passive worked before was if you had any chance or any part of killing whoever on the map, whether that was Torbjorn, Roadhog, or whoever, they would drop in a red healing orb, soul orb, or whatever, and you can go towards them, you can pick them up, and they'll refill 50 health. Now those things are gone, and now he regains 20% of all damage done to heroes as health. Now that sounds like a really big deal, but it's not in most cases, so let's get into this. So first off, let's talk about tanks, because Reaper is definitely a tank buster. That's what his shotguns are for. Now this definitely helps him when he's dealing with tanks, because he deals a lot of damage up close to tanks because of all his pellets hitting the big models, basically. So when you're doing that much damage, to take 20% of that health back is absolutely crazy. Now if you're not getting hit, or if you're at 50% health and you start bashing on a tank, you could actually probably heal yourself up a decent amount to go back in, and you are a little bit more sustainable in the fight and you don't need a Mercy or a Zenyatta or a Lucio to be with you. You're a little bit more sustainable when you're going on the flank routes to get the tanks, or you're trying to cut off a tank or whatever, especially like maps like Temple of Anubis, when you have the first point, you're on offense, you can go around into the left room and maybe take out the Reinhardt shield with the Torbjorn turret or whatever, because you can't heal through those turrets or anything, but you can sustain long enough to help yourself and maybe Wraith form back out and pick up the health pack. Now don't freak out, 20% sounds like a lot, but it really is not that much. 20% is just barely enough to get you topped off a tank, basically, and not even most tanks, actually. If you have 1 health and you just start shooting, taking all the shots to a Roadhog, that's 600 health right there. If you totally take him out, he doesn't hit you one time, 20% of that is only like 120 health, so that's barely 50% for you. However, that's still pretty good considering that you're just shooting him. You have a little bit more sustain in the battle than you would normally. I think this falls in line with the new passive that Bastion got a while back, where he takes less damage total or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the numbers are right now, but they're trying to make these heroes a little bit more sustainable and not put as much pressure on the healers, because there was a while there where Ana and Lucio were both very, very strong, and they kind of want to move away from having a healer focused meta, or they want to move away from having only healers be worth anything in a team composition. So I think making some of these heroes more sustainable in the battle and letting them kind of survive a little bit longer in certain scenarios really helps out with the overall game balance, even though it might not seem like it. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but when the new Bastion passive came out, or when it was about to come out, everybody freaked out, everybody. And now you can see that Bastion was not a problem. 2 months down the line, it's not that big of a deal. You still don't see people playing Bastion, and everyone thought that Bastion was going to ruin the meta, and there's people talking about how Bastion and his new passive would kill the game and then no one would play the game anymore. But 2 months down the line, they figured it out. We have counters. The game is still balanced. It just takes time, and I think even though Reaper's not going to be super meta at this point, I think that he will be seen more in play, and you just have to figure out how to deal with him, because there are ways to deal with him. He is counterable. He's very counterable, especially because of his shotguns. If you have any range in the sky, he's dead. And I think that if you can figure out how to deal with him, he'll be fine, and you'll see a little bit of play towards the beginning of this patch, and then by next patch, he won't be played anymore, because, tell you the truth, he's not that great. People are going to use this buff, but then as soon as everyone else figures out how to counter it, it won't be that special anymore. With that, my name's been C-Star. If you guys enjoyed this video, go and like, dislike, and go on comments down below and tell me why you rate it like you did, and I'll see you guys in the next video.